the three-piece combos pugilism company. Read BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Quick hits and tidbits for you today. Terence Crawford versus Amir Khan. Penciled in, not in ink. It's penciled in, so it could be subject to erasing. April 20th. That's 4/20. On that note, you'd have to be high to take this fight seriously, the least bit seriously. It's a shit fight. You know it. I know it. Crawford knows it. Khan knows it. Top Rank knows it. This is a result of the A-side posturing between Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. If you recall, after Crawford's, in the week leading up to and after his most recent fight with Benavidez, Bo Mack and Bob Arum, they were very outspoken about wanting Spence next, wanting that fight to be next. And that's because they felt like they, getting 2 million views or what have you, were in a position then to maximize or arguably state that they were the A-side of the promotion. That's why they were so dead set on it. Not because they even necessarily want that fight for their guy this soon, but they wanted to be able to control it all. But as I stated back then, Errol Spence can strengthen his leverage to demand A-side treatment because he's part of a deeper stable of fighters. He just is. It is what it is. And he's facing Mikey Garcia, who's undersized, yet he is a pound-for-pounder. He is a pound-for-pound, legit top 5 pound-for-pound dude at least. Whereas Amir Khan, he has boxing's worst chin pound-for-pound. That's like the only pound-for-pound list you can even mention Amir Khan on is worst chin. This is also the end of Khan's contract with Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, but he's confident of working out another deal with them so he can face Kell Brook in that UK domestic rivalry, which will be pretty big over there in the future. Conor McGregor, the notorious Conor McGregor, now he's calling out Tenshin Nasukawa, and he wants that fight before the summer. Man, everybody picking on Tenshin now. Everybody picking on little Tenshin. Little buck 20-pound ass, young buck, man. He can't even drink legally in this country, yet everybody wants to fight him. McGregor, like Floyd, he wants to fight Tenshin in Japan in an exhibition under MMA rules, though. He wants to let him do what he does and fight him in a 3-round exhibition. McGregor's last fight, of course, was his loss to Khabib Nurmagomedov on UFC 229. He's currently facing disciplinary action at a Nevada State Athletic Commission hearing later this month for the post-fight brawl he was involved in with Khabib's people. Now, I'm not sure how Conor, is being held with any level of blame here, because other than getting jumped by some of Khabib's dudes and taking additional punishment after tapping out against Khabib, and then refusing to press charges against any of them, aside from all of that, Conor McGregor didn't do anything. Like, I don't understand why, and I'm assuming because of this, his purse has still been withheld and all of that. That's BS, man. Give this man his money, and I don't see any reason he should be suspended or anything. If members of his camp did something, most of them were UFC fighters anyway, so go ahead and punish them. Don't punish Conor for that, man. Don't punish that. But yeah, everybody picking on Tenshin now. And before I did this podcast, I called Sarge. I told him, hey, I'm trying to fight Tenshin too. So after Conor fights him, let's get Reed BBS against Tenshin. We'll work out a catch weight. I'm a little bit bigger than him, but we'll work something out. Hey, don't forget to tap that like button for you, boy. I'm just saying, subscribe, like, comment, share. Do what we do. My man Mikey Garcia, he says he wants to be the best in his generation. That's why he's taking this audacious fight with Errol Spence. As I stated in prior podcasts, he's pulled the card of the entire 140-pound division. Dudes was unwilling to face Errol Spence, the boogeyman, as Sean Porter calls him. So Mikey moves his little ass up from 2 divisions south and challenges Errol Spence. Like, all things said and done and told, is probably the ballsiest move we've seen since Manny Pacquiao started fighting welterweights. You know, Manny started at 106. First title was at 112. And this man got there and was beating the shit out of welterweights. Mikey moving up to face Errol Spence. No tune-up at 47, none of that. No catch weights, none of that. Him doing this is the ballsiest move we've seen since Pacquiao stepping up to 47. I truly believe that. Before we get out of here, man, Canelo's coach, Eddie Reynoso, apparently he's upset that Canelo got no Fighter of the Year consideration. And he's upset that he got no Trainer of the Year consideration. Now, okay, the Triple G win, that was a career best to me. That was Canelo's career best win. But that Fielding fight, man, that was hot garbage. That was hot garbage. Anybody that watched any level of footage on Rocky Fielding, they knew what was coming and what that fight was going to be. He was who we thought he was. And even though you've added a title in a different weight class, which is admirable, you're not getting props for that, man. Fighter of the Year. Not to mention the whole clenbuterol saga, contaminated meat and all that shit. Like, that's a blemish on your year. There was no way you were going to get Fighter of the Year. I mean, we all want recognition, but it's a bad look, man. When you bitching and moaning about an award you didn't get. Bro, you're Canelo Alvarez's trainer. How many hundreds of thousands of dollars or possibly even millions of dollars did you make this year just for 2 fights? Like, and you're bitching about an award. Beyond that, there was no close second, and I mean no close second to Alexander Usyk as Fighter of the Year for 2018. There just wasn't. With that said, Lomachenko's daddy, I believe his name is Anatoly, he won Trainer of the Year. And in addition to his work with his own son, oh, by the way, he also trains the 2018 Fighter of the Year, Alexander Usyk. So quit crying and bitching over spilt milk, dude. You got your money this year, your fighter balled out this year, but he wasn't Fighter of the Year. Once again, subscribe, like, comment, y'all. Love, tap, bitch, slap that like button for your boy. Home of the 3-piece combos, Pugilism Company. Read BBS, Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.